Hey everyone. So I'm Ramil Ali. I'm an assistant professor of philosophy in the Department of Humanities at LAU. And basically what I've done is I've prepared these videos that show you different use cases for virtual reality technology, which we should have two labs up and running in Beirut and Byblos soon. And I just wanted to start by saying the footage that you're seeing in front of you is not going to give you a sense of what virtual reality is. Just think about the beginnings of cinema where we were finally able to create images that move. Virtual reality allows us to create images that we can enter. What you're seeing here, everything is from my point of view, and the space is around me. It looks like normal, ordinary physical space, except it's virtual space. And so here you just saw, this graffiti app where I can graffiti on a wall, and you can take screenshots of this art and so on. Here in this app that you're seeing right now, it's Tilt Brush, and it's kind of a mixture between paint and sculpture. It can also do like fashion design. I don't show examples of everything because I'm just kind of rushing through them just to give you a sense of the sorts of things that we can do with this technology. And I think if you take a look at the rest of the videos in this playlist, you should be able to get a sense of how we might use it, what its benefits are for education, and the worries with it. So you can see that I can scale things in this video that you're looking at right now. Things can, you can paint them at life size, and then they can become these tiny objects in front of you, or you can come to occupy, the little artwork that you just did. So the app that you're looking at now is a proper sculpture app, unlike Tilt Brush, which is kind of a mixture between paint and sculpture. You're going to, I guess, in this video, I'm kind of just giving a running commentary as you guys look at it. Maybe just things that I should say are, it's amazing to be in there. It just feels like we're in some distant future, an unimaginable future. It's like being able to live somewhere other than Earth, and while still being on Earth. And, what's beautiful about virtual space is that it's not constrained by real world physics. So you can have an object float in front of you, so you can paint it conveniently. You can look at micro details by shrinking yourself or expanding your size. It's really, in some sense, magical when you try it personally. There's so many different uses, especially in the arts. I mean, the visual arts, I think, are some of the primary beneficiaries of VR technology because it allows you to do so much with the visual arts. I wouldn't be surprised if all art in the future was virtual art, especially because virtual art can contain other forms of art in it. Here you can see it containing sculpture, but it can also contain theater. You'll see some of these examples here. Not everything, but some of these things. So as you can see, I can just shrink these objects, make them these really small, tiny objects. You can also 3D print them. That's one option that's given to you. Here you have a music app. I haven't looked at so many music apps. Maybe I should shut up. But there's all sorts of instruments that you can play in virtual reality. And so here what you're looking at is some renditions, virtual reality renditions of artworks, in this case Van Gogh's, but there's a lot of other ones, and it's really beautiful to enter a painting and to, feel like you're suddenly in that place. And it's just, it's difficult to envision education in the future without virtual reality because you can convey so much information, you can inspire students, you yourself are inspired by being able to engage in these things. And it's so easy to work with, it doesn't really require any more computing power than we've had, nor does it require any new programming, more programming than we've had to do in the past. It's just a new format for showing pictures, a format that's immersive. So you can also see kind of architectural locations.
Welcome to the Palace of Versailles, a masterpiece of 17th century French art, first listed as UNESCO World Cultural Heritage 30 years ago. Its wealth of works and decor reflects the taste and splendor of the kings who lived here and fashioned it over the course of 300 years. Today, the palace opens its doors to you for a unique virtual visit of the most emblematic locations. You have the museum to yourself. You are free to explore it from dawn till dusk according to your interests and desires. Let yourself be blown away by the Royal Chapel, the sacred architectural gem that King Louis XIV desired. Walk along the marble-paved statue gallery on the first floor of the palace. Discover the Royal Opera House. To begin, teleport yourself by clicking in the white area next to you. To do so, you just need to hold the trigger button on your controller down in order to aim properly, then let it go. A small magnifying glass symbol means an object is interactive. Immersive mode allows you to examine objects in the room you are in more closely and from all.
You can just, convey so much information in one go. You can convey somebody's first-person perspective and the information that they might have access to by occupying this perspective. So here you see some 3D virtual reality photography, so it's stereoscopic and 360 photography. And actually at LAU we have some amazing cameras that can do make photographs that are as robust as these ones. Here you have this experience, which is a comic book. It's a comic, but made in virtual reality. So these things don't look like they're a flat screen in front of me. They look like they're things around me. So suddenly I'm inside a comic book. So this is the Museum of Other Realities. It's a museum that I had the pleasure of visiting recently. It's a virtual reality only museum, and they were hosting the Tribeca and Cannes festivals, which had been cancelled because of the COVID situation. And it was just really amazing, to see all of these digital artworks in virtual reality. You can do this online or offline, and you'll see me drinking these potions now, and the potions make you either smaller, larger, and this has a huge impact. You can't tell the impact really from just looking at the image, but you can really tell the impact when you're in there, because you're suddenly the size of an ant versus being the size of a giant, versus being the size of a human. So you get like these different looks at the artwork from different scales. You can jump into some of the artworks. Some of the artworks allow you to float in them, like the one that you're seeing right now. And they were just, I really just found it so moving. It was the most fascinating museum I'd ever been into.